Welcome to Ponderosa Elementary School and the nearby facilities that help aid resources to low income marginalized people. I had the opportunity to speak with the director of Champions at Ponderosa Elementary School, and I'm very appreciative of her utmost commitment to student safety and the quality of teaching as well as student success. Some quick things that I noticed was the integration of new programs such as mariachi classes and performing arts classes. Anaheim Champions is an after school program and a great solution for busy working families as their focus is on safety and the convenience of high quality programs.
So for after school, we are a free program. We just do after school with a little bit of curriculum and enrichment groups and activities. So we run until, dismissal, which is 1:40 until 6 p.m. So currently we are just under the one program, but we do a soccer enrichment program that, they can fill out the form and participate and join every week. We also do Girl Scouts every Thursday for all the girls. But at the same time, we have an unofficial Boy Scout group we just do with the boys, to make them feel like they're participating and they have their own little community.
It's great to hear how Anaheim Elementary School District is working with students, especially in low income communities that face systematic barriers and poor living conditions. While my visit there, I spoke with a few residents by the Ponderosa Elementary School, and they shared important concerns that needs to be addressed immediately. The concerns were the lack of parking and parking permits, yet the policing of heavy ticket distribution and towing, irresponsible landlords that ignore residential issues, and needed repairments such as cockroach infestations throughout the apartment complexes, or even fixing outdated cabinets. For example, they were sharing how they were denied for these issues that they would bring to their managers and their landlords, which is something that should be worked on. The issue of health from being exposed to mold and dog feces and urination from irresponsible dog owners from other apartments. I acknowledge the complexity of this neighborhood, and I strongly believe that neglect is occurring systematically. Yeah, we are seeing our taxpayer money being implemented in education and community resources. There is a heavy need for more representation for this community and their overall living conditions. When I spoke with the receptionist at the Ponderosa Joint Use Library, he shared that the last time they had a meeting where they facilitate activities, only one family came. From my conversation from these residents, what really sparked me was the fact that this area used to be hotels, and many of those residents lived in the hotels for many years, except now we changed the title from being hotels to now apartment complexes. I feel like those are some alarming things. It seems to be that this community is being treated differently and the history is displaying that, so there needs to be more research on it where we can all come together to fix these issues. I also want to thank the resident who spoke to me about her experience and her 60-year residency there, and the fact that she still lives in poverty and the city is neglectful of what the community needs here. As we're seeing the cost of living around this unique city where Disneyland is a big company there, I can see how it's affecting community engagement. And we're also seeing the lack of opportunity where these individuals are able to get quality meals or even employments. And I wanted to briefly explain why I mentioned why Disneyland can limit community engagement. Um, the reason why I say this is because the community engagement is kind of like difficult when Disneyland has like a lot of money and power in what happens in the city. However, Disneyland bought that project to occur because it had its own plans of expanding. And if anything, it creates like this fear for people since people are afraid to speak out on it. That's kind of unfortunate how this company who fosters community is taking from the community. Not only that, but it's very expensive to be buying from bonds and targets. It's like if they don't consider the community that they're trying to serve. So from these conversations that I had with these residents, I gained how important and vital the community center is there. A lot of these residents depend in the community center for food bank. Even tackling food insecurity doesn't tackle the idea that for some reason this community lacks access to the opportunity of nutritional and fresh food, and that needs to be addressed. In order to tackle this community and others alike, we must look around. Data will tell us, just like observations and conversation can give us an idea of what is being neglected. This project that I'm working on is to bring conversations and discussions of the community who's silenced, living in fear, and living in this uninhabitable condition.